anything, just so that we can.
And a tuna cheese spring onion or just tuna?
Just tuna, please.
Just tuna?
Take a toast.
I usually try and make 2 separate accounts. One for just spending on crucial things and the other one as a backup.
I think it's just prioritising what you need rather than what you want. Because sometimes you could think to yourself, oh, I really want that top, but do you need that top? Like, how many other items of clothing have you bought that month? Do you know what I mean?
But as a student, I understand there's like a lot of parties to go to and you don't want to be seen in the same outfit, and I have that problem a lot.
Definitely.
So,
I think maybe you should try like cheaper stores.
Yeah, cheaper stores, that's how I do.
Lose your pride.
I usually go to Primark and just accessorise with what they have there.
Mismatch some of your outfits, so use something from another outfit and team it with something else to make a new one instead of just going and buying new things all the time, because you'd probably find that if you look through your wardrobe, you'd find something that would work.
And maybe borrow your friend's outfit and do like a swapsy.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, you swap it, no one would know that you know what
Maybe
I mean?
even try charity shops.
Yes, charity shops are the best. You can get things for £2. I went the other day and I was like, wow.
Always remember your student discount. Don't forget that.
Definitely.
Because I get to the till and I'm like, oh no. Discount code.
And you can use discount at McDonald's as well. So food, there you can get discount.
Yeah, you need to go and check out what you can actually get discount on, because you're probably using it on just stores that you know that do it, but actually a lot more.
There's a lot more.
Also, travel. Book in advance is the biggest thing that you can do.
Get a rail card too. It might be expensive
card
at the beginning when you're thinking, oh, I'm paying £30.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it, definitely.
100%. Shop around for your train tickets. Like redspotted.com is a really good site for cheaper train tickets. And if you're going far, try and use a coach instead of a train, because it will like decrease the price by a quarter.
Yes. It's a long journey.
Yeah, it's a long journey, but if you're paying like 65 quid for a ticket or £5 on the coach, go for a £5 on the coach.
Yeah, get a magazine and then just,
sleep.
Just sleep.
It's going to save you a lot.
Well, I'm a student and I live on campus. The way I save, I'm just really bad at food shopping, I'm not going to lie to you, but I find this way of just going to, if you go to Morrison, Sainsbury's or anything like that during 8 o'clock when they have their food on sale, so you can grab a lot of food on there, and then you get it for way cheaper than you would. And for meat and stuff, which is so expensive, they do these deals 3 for £10, which is still expensive. I would say that it's best to go to the butchers where you can get a lot of meat, £5, and it's that much.
Instead of doing your shopping daily or every 2 days, shop weekly, so you set a budget and then you buy the food that you need for that week, because if you're constantly going out every night to the supermarket, you'll probably find that you're spending more.
Do noodles are really cheap, and if you want to snack on something, very easy way to just, you know what I mean. And I tend to do little snacks biscuits and just cheap things like that, and then just buy my main things like potatoes and rice. They'll last you a long time, so don't just be going every single day. Just
plan ahead as well, so plan your meals so you know what you're going to be eating each day, and try and maybe pack a lunch for the daytime, so you're not spending so much money. Maybe you could take a flask with coffee instead of buying a Costa every day, because that's going to add up.
You live with housemates, I think it's easy if you guys just put your money together and just do one big meal together, and if you have leftovers, have that for lunch the next day. That saves a whole lot more. Share it out, exactly. Don't just throw food away,
And maybe instead of buying a Domino's pizza, buy a pizza for £2.
Yes, they're easy. From the cheap shop, you can get them easily.
Yeah, there's definitely cheaper alternatives. Yeah. You're probably going for the more expensive option.
Special occasions is when you have pizza.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If you're struggling for money and you literally are in overdraft, you don't have anything, I would say that maybe seek help from an organisation if your uni does it. For example, Staffordshire University have an Ask Alf, which you can go and apply, and you just write about your circumstances, and then they'll estimate how much they think you will need, and that will definitely help.
There's people out there that can help you with your money. You just need to go and talk to them, because if you don't talk, you don't get.
Be creative. Like, so if you think, oh, the only thing I have is maybe my talent, well, how can I use that to get money? So if
maybe like a vlog on YouTube or something like that,
exactly,
or
vlog,
write, sell your writing. There's so many things that you can do that you probably wouldn't even think about.
So if you're a filmmaker or you've got a lot of ideas about stories, you can actually sell like a documentary idea to people like Channel 4 and they'll pay you for it. You can get a lot of money.
If you sing or you play in a band, play gigs, just things like that. If you've got a talent, go and use it.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you draw, you could sell your
art, definitely. And some people might want like tattoo ideas.
Yeah.
So you can just do that.
Or
so
bake.
Or bake, yeah. Yeah, you can
Queenie.
bake, sell. Yeah,
join the baking society at Staffs Uni.
Definitely apply, if you haven't already, apply for a student overdraft. And that way, let's say if you can get like a certain amount of overdraft, that's definitely an easy way to save money.
And get a job.
Yeah.
No one wants to get a job, and it is hard, but do it. If you are at uni, then you'll probably find that your student union will have easier jobs to get that fit around your timetable, rather than working in retail, who are sometimes not that flexible and not that hard. Not that hard? Not that easy to get.
Not that easy to get, yeah. Definitely uni jobs. Try and apply. Go on your student union site and you'll see a lot of jobs there.
I don't think it's fair that you have to spend more money on your course, because how much debt are we getting into for this? Like 30 grand plus, and we still have to pay for materials, for example, for us, we're journalism students, so we have to pay for transport to get to stories, and it all adds up.
Yes, it's I think,
especially when you're on a budget.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing to do as students. It's probably like, because we want you to get your voice heard, is actually voice that. We're on our way to kind of voicing that, because think about, if we're broadcast journalists, we have to travel like for a story that's like how many miles away, and it costs so much in a taxi because we're not driving yet, we don't have cars. It's so much hard, and it's always raining, so there's no option to walk. So even just to go somewhere simple as an uptown, we just have to like catch a taxi. So much money.
Speak to your university, speak to your lecturers, and see if there is anything that you can do about it. Obviously you have a maintenance grant and they expect that to cover it, but realistically it doesn't.
Well, what's the point of us paying all that money and actually not getting what we
exactly.
Know what I mean? You just
at the end of this degree, you want to get the most out of it and come out with the best qualifications that you can. But in order to do that, you need to make sure that you're like maintaining your budget. Because otherwise you're just going to end up being jobless, in debt, and having not much to show for it. So speak now while you can.
Yeah, I think it's best that if we all speak now, then maybe they can make a change and have a budget for your course where they can help everybody. So if you're a journalism student, they can have a newsroom budget.
I don't really know that much about art because I'm not an art student, but I know that people who do art, they probably buy the materials from the university, and maybe it's more expensive to do it like that. So check online and see if you can get it cheaper there.
Amazon, exactly. It's cheaper as well, so yeah. Personally, I don't actually think it's worth it to pay that much money, because our course fees has gone up to nearly 9 grand.
Yeah, our course fees have gone up 3 times
in
the time that we've been on the course, and I don't think it's been worth it at all.
It's not worth it. I think maybe because we're broadcast journalists, I feel like we could get into that career if we knew the right people. There's actually no need to be on this course and pay 9 grand. It's not
just
really
like as a side note for people that aren't already at university and thinking about applying, maybe you should check other entry options to get into your chosen career before immediately going for a degree as a safe option, because sometimes it can put you in a lot of debt and you've got nothing to show for it.
Like, I'll be proud when I graduate to say I've got a uni degree.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely something good, but I don't think it's worth it to pay that much money. No, I don't think it's worth it. So if you know people and you know that you definitely can get into the career that you want to get into and you'll be able to stay on it, let's say if something was to happen, you've got a backup option, then I think you should definitely take that route.
If you're prepared to work, you'll get to where you want to be.
It's all about working hard,
Research into the course as well and see what work placements, etc. that they offer, because without it, you're probably not going to get very far.
Yeah, and ask how much of your own money you're going to be spending whilst you're on that course.
And find out what equipment you'll need beforehand, because that's very expensive.
Very, very expensive.
And you probably won't account for it before you start your degree.
Exactly.
And people forget to tell you. they do.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go, when you sign up for this degree, you're going to be buying this, and this. And then you get there and you're like, but I've already like bought this, and this, and now I have nothing.
My degree was gained in completely different circumstances, in that it involved a grant, not a loan. Things were much cheaper and it wasn't as expensive. And I think in that context, that experience was well worth it. I'm not so sure that I could say the same today, in that it is very expensive to do, and students are saddled with considerable debt that in all honesty, I'm not sure that they will ever get rid of.
We don't have books, as in they should give us free books, but we have to go to the library. In the library there's not enough books to go around all the students.
I think like sometimes you might go to a lecture, you just feel like what's the point of being there? It's like you're paying £3 a term for it. It's not really, it doesn't feel worth it. And sometimes you might just get the feeling that this is not what you want to do, but like you just have to stick with it.
It is worth it in some aspects because you are going to get a better job eventually, and I mean, if you don't get a job, you don't have to pay it back anyway, so that's good. But I think the actual price of the course is absolutely astronomical. So, no, I don't think it's worth it.
Keep a budget around what I spend, and I'd make sure I don't go over like £30 a week. That's for food, and then £70 is like for everything. I do art design, surface plan, and it's really like it costs a lot of money. They ask us to get like paint, like paint from paintbrushes, and I have to go to the art shop like every day.
I didn't put them down on my
I receive money and then steadily piss it away as fast as possible until I have nothing, and then survive on 30p noodles for the rest of the year. At the moment I'm spending nothing because I have nothing. You're not really expecting when suddenly you'll have a project or something that will come in, and you'll find that you have to buy a pack of paper which will be £5, and a pen which will be £5, and a folder which will be £3, and Polly Pockets which will be £1, and then all these things suddenly appear, and then you have no money. I would say it's worth it because I really like the course.
Yeah, I really like the course,
but considering I'm already spending £8 to attend this on top of product costs and rent and everything else, it just sort of comes over the top.
Can't get access to half the kit, and most other students from different places can use our facilities as well. So when we're paying £9,000 and we can't actually use them, it's a bit pointless considering other people can. There's lots of opportunities for different things and different work experience placements, but could always be better, couldn't it?
Half and half. Half of it, yeah, because we got good quality lecturers, but the other half is I don't feel we have enough facilities to back up half the things they're trying to say. So just like cameras and mics, that sort of stuff. It would be nice to have our expenses covered. So like down to London and back, it's like 40 quid a peak. So it's a lot of money. So to be able to claim it back would be nice.
If you do a degree that demands a lot of equipment, I think it would be a help, big help.
We also asked you to tweet us in your comments about how you manage your own finances, and we got a reply from one girl called Abby on Twitter who said that she has to have a job because her student finance doesn't cover her accommodation. So she earns about £120 a month, so she's on about £30 a week. She has to buy basic food and often goes without nice and expensive foods. She can't afford to go out that much due to course money, expenses, etc. Like, as we've said, the course money is definitely a big thing, your course expenses. And she also said that she keeps a spreadsheet to record her finances, which I think is a really good idea.
Good idea, yeah.
So maybe more people should take that advice and try and do that as well. And her parents regularly help her out. Obviously, we do have to rely on our parents a lot of the time.
I do that a lot.
So maybe if we do try and manage our finances more, we'll have to do that less, and it puts you in a better position in the future because you'll be in less debt, you'll have less to owe, and maybe your parents then can help you find your first house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think with her, I think she should definitely speak up too and say that I spend a lot on my course, I shouldn't have to spend on extra, or maybe her and a course mate can get together and maybe start a budget where everyone can do that, put money into it, so that they can share the equipment out rather than
share the equipment
rather than just spending it on your own.
Teamwork.
Tweet us your questions. If you have any opinions about money, or you want to let us know about how you budget.
And let us know what your budget is a week. Because this girl has £30 to live on a week, and I know some people have got less than that. So we want to know how much you live on and how you cope with that.
Personally, how much would I say I spend per week? I'm just like the worst at saving money.
Yeah.
But now, since being at uni, I've kind of had to learn how to do it because I hate the fact that, and I think most of you probably do, just always relying on your parents for money. And it wasn't about the course, like spending and like buying food all the time.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably spend less than £20 per week. Yeah.
And try not to rely on your student loans so much. Maybe just try and get a job. If you can, obviously, go for it.
As soon
I
as
think it'll help
yeah,
a lot.
as well. I want to say, as soon as your student's finance drops as well, I think what you should automatically do is just halve your money, separate, and just say, put aside for rent, obviously, if you're living at uni, and then put aside for like food shopping for the whole month, and then just. Yeah, because some people like to spend it as soon as it drops.
Do not go spending it as soon as you've got it, buying a new phone, a new laptop, a new
broke,
camera.
that's the best thing, just act broke. So thank you guys for joining us this week. Don't forget to check out our YouTube page at Ask Us Queen Bee and our Twitter at Ask Us Queen Bee.
Join us next week because we're going to be talking about mental health. It's a very serious topic, and hopefully we'll be having industry professionals who can come and give you advice.
Yeah. Remember to get your voice heard.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Ask Us Queen Bee.
And subscribe to our YouTube. Next week we're discussing mental health.